Thanks for inviting me to be here. My name is Asinnajaq, as you might have heard. Yeah, I'm the daughter of Carol Rowan and Joby Wetalaktuk, who they belong to as well as me, that Wetalaktuk, Upatitsiak, Rowan, and Haynes families. I have to acknowledge the St. Lawrence River that I grew up by and who nurtured me through my youth and even currently now. And Kingiksukaluk, the place where my family is from, near Inukchuak, Nunavik, and where my father was born. And I just want to acknowledge myself as a belonging to all of these different beings and entities. And include that I'm also a belonging of art, which I realized recently, and I was like, I thought it sounded correct, and I'm going to keep saying it now, which comes across in a lot of, just my daily life constantly. Today I'm going to talk to you about my work primarily as an artist, though I do work in many different fields. I just want to start by sharing a little bit about what's important to me in my process. So one of the things that's really important to me is about thinking about my core values as a person to help ground me in what I work on and in the way that I choose to make work and what I choose to make work on. I had realized that I always wanted to communicate with other people and do writing and make art, but for a really long time when I was young, though I really wanted to do that, I didn't have anything to say really. And I think a lot of that was because I wasn't really grounded and didn't know what was driving me and what I had with my unique voice to contribute. So learning that through the years is something that really helped me be able to make work that I feel is meaningful and that I feel really proud of. So knowing my voice and what I have to contribute is one of those really important things. And also because I work in different mediums and I have different ideas I want to share, definitely listening to the medium and the idea and seeing what wants to be together is another really important thing to me as an artist. And that's, I think, something that allows me to be agile through mediums. Okay, I'm also see myself as a team player, and I do have one funny story, I guess, that I would tell you, which was I grew up doing sports actually. I was doing diving, swimming, gymnastics, soccer. And I was trying out for a AAA soccer team, which is really competitive. And I made the team, and then the coach told me that I was pulled two of us aside that made the team, and then told us that we were the weakest players, which seems like a weird move, but it really helped me understand what it means to be in a team, and that being in a team means working with so many different people with so many different skills. And what she had told me was that even though I'm not the strongest soccer player, I'm a really good teammate, and that I'm really good at cheering people on and seeing us all together, and that made me, a really good teammate for the rest of my team. And understanding your strength like that, even understanding what you could not be as good at, I think is a part of being a good teammate. So I see myself as a teammate with my family, with my community, especially from Inukchuak and then urban Inuit in Montreal. Then I see myself as a teammate with Indigenous people and people of color, and I see myself as a teammate for all artists, and I'm trying to make things that contribute on all these different levels, which means that ideally, if I'm doing it well, then what I'm making can contribute something to like make something interesting in the art world that contributes something to bringing that to an interesting place, as well as within my community. So that's kind of like the goal for me. Oh, so yeah, these are some of my core values, and something that I do that's maybe really nerdy, but I really like doing it to keep in touch with what's important to me is like once a month thinking about one of the things that I consider to be a core value and thinking about how it's in my life, how it's maybe not been in my life, and see where it can take me. And this is a picture of me with a rock in the Torngat Mountains National Park in Labrador, and not to be rude to all of the other rocks that are in that national park, but this is the one I think is the most beautiful, so I asked for a picture with it. Yeah, I work in photography. This photo I really love, and I took outside of my cousin's, between my grandmother and my cousin's house while I was waiting with my niece for the bus in the morning, and it was the sunrise, and it was just so beautiful. I like ran in to get my camera. And this is also at Torngat Mountains National Park. Oh no, this isn't. Okay, this I took last summer, and it's lichen and incredibly iron-rich rock. And this is taken next to King Ixugaluk on the only part of the Earth's crust that we know to be exposed, which is, yeah, near Inukjuak, and it's pretty cool. There's so many cool rock formations. When we went here and I took this picture, I took like so many pictures, and I was just like running around being energized by the rocks and taking pictures of lichen and different mineral compounds, yeah. This is another photo that I love that has the bottom of the seabed while me and my family were on a picnic day. So here there's mussels and urchins at the bottom of this photo, and then after we ate them. So before, after, not pictured. And this is that photo turned into a suspended textile artwork that is called Where You Go, I Follow. And I had been invited by Becky Forsyth and Penelope Smart to be in their exhibition, The Wallflower. And they asked me if I would want to make a textile image. And at first, I really didn't want to, and I couldn't see any of my photos working in that format. And then I thought about it for a while and ended up really liking the idea and wanting to do it with a water photo. And then after that, this kind of photography on textile has really become like one of the ways that I make work. So I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful when other people like recommend things and I can, I don't know, make it my own, and somehow it becomes a part of the practice. So this is the same work shown at Shell's garage space in Toronto. And for this installation, I also wrote scores to go with it that were placed in the room. And it's just to create a place of thinking about some of the things that I'm thinking about a lot in my artwork is because there's a huge narrative of like my homelands being barren and like constantly cold. One of the things that I really try to do and want to do is, first of all, acknowledge that like cold is great, nothing wrong with that. Love the snow, but also that there's so much, like we can't live somewhere that doesn't have the means for our sustenance. So where we live has to be bountiful, and that can look different. So yeah, that's one of the kind of missions in a lot of my work. One of the things that I think about is really important to me. And I love writing these scores. I was hugely influenced by like Fluxism when I was in university and studying, and I think it was one of the just one of the art forms that really made a lot of sense to me, because I think that in some of those ways of thinking, and is that just like any moment can be artful and meaningful and intentional. And yeah, that just rings really true to me. So I also make these performance videos, and I'll share with you a couple of them. This I made last year on residency in asinnajaq in Sapmi. And this is a performance done with the asinnajaq. And this is the ancestral homelands of my dear friend Sunnanare. So this is called Holding Peace, and it's just something to make a space to think through what it means to hold on to something, and especially while it's trying to be like removed, I guess, or when it's hard to hold on to it. And this is river piece. And this one I performed in Aotearoa, in the lands of the Te Apanui with Rakokore. Yeah, so River Peace has a score. It goes submit, resist, and it's also a work to make space for thinking through like what we resist and submit to in our life, and if it's serving us, or like sometimes you should give in to things, sometimes you should fight them, and it's just trying to make space for thinking through that. And that work I turned into kind of more of an installation, and it's called Cradling River Peace, and it was exhibited in the exhibition when our veins meet like rivers at the Plug-in ICA in Winnipeg. And yeah, it had the video suspended with these other images in a kind of collage form. And then I had the score like across the room. was invited by the Canadian Centre of Architecture to take part in their exhibition Towards Home, and got to work with architect Tiffany Shaw, who's been here, who some of you know. And together, really together, we made this piece. Here we are. It took a lot of time to talk through and like different ideas, and then finally when we found the right idea, it was just full steam ahead. And this is what the interior looks like. The tensile structure is of course inspired by the geodesic domes of Buckminster Fuller, but it felt really incorrect every time that they were like even and everything was so lined up perfectly. I couldn't do it, and so we made it uneven and randomized, which is actually really difficult. It took a lot of math. And then to go with that, I made this sculpture that's called inspired by the Hudlik, and it's called Hudlik, and there it is. And this one, I have to say, Kuzin van Huelen generously just like supported me while I was like, I've never done this before, and was just like, yeah, you can do it. And then Ludovic Boni actually fabricated it for me. And I really like it. And whenever it comes back to my house, I want to make room in my home to actually have it. And then I think that's it. Yeah. This is a XR component that is made for the HoloLens, which are like glasses that just have images on them that move, and it just brings like an atmospheric element to the installation of Nuna and Hudlik. It's called Sila XR. And that's it. Thank you. Oh, okay, I'll talk about one last thing. Yeah, I love writing scores, and actually while I'm here, I'm trying to make a video for Slinky Piece, which is literally me holding a slinky. And I'm really excited for it. And I love writing scores. And what I really like about them is because they're short, and I like making them short, like 1 or 2 lines, or even words, is that I think like you have to really understand an idea and a concept to be able to try to communicate it in such few lines. And the other thing especially about the scores is that they're an open invitation for anyone and everyone to perform them in any way. And I think that with the scores a lot of the time it's like you can read them, you can watch them, but I think a part of it is really like letting them move through your body is really the invitation for engaging and understanding and feeling them. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.